your Jordan story before we take a break.
So Jordan, I'm playing in Orlando. It's his last year. We play them in Orlando first, and I'm blocking his shot. Like, I'm locking him up. Like, I'm doing my thing again. I blocked his shot like 3 or 4 times. Like, I'm having my way against him defensively. Now, granted, he's 40 years old, but I'm feeling good about myself. So fast forward a month later, we're in D.C. My ankle, we go to a doctor in Baltimore, and basically he tells me I'm done. Like, my ankle's, once again, it's not healed, it's broken, I have to have surgery. But I wanted to play against Jordan one last time. And so we're playing the Wizards. It's a TNT game.
Wait,
Thursday
don't you
night.
want to go out where you dominate him and you're blocking his shots?
I'm just thinking, my ego. Like, I'm thinking, I had him the last game. I don't need this left ankle. Just give me some.
I only need
Motrin.
one ankle.
Give me a bunch of Motrin. I'm gonna go out here. And when I tell you, he torched me in that first quarter. Like, literally, he gave me 20 points in the first quarter on the same play. Like, he just ran the same play every time and did this, and I could not guard him. And so, literally, I checked out of the game at the end of the first quarter, and I didn't even go to the bed. I just walked back to the locker room. Like, I was done. Like, literally had surgery like a couple days later. But it was like, I wanted to guard Jordan one last time. And you're right, I shouldn't have. I should have just let that go.
Did he know you were a wounded animal?
He probably did, because he went at me
and he didn't care.
Same move. Like, he didn't do anything different. It was the same move, and I had nothing for him.
Jordan probably had your x-rays in the locker room.
He probably did.
He probably knew exactly.
I'm surprised he didn't send somebody for me to come back out.
Now, let me go back to last week. You were going to tell me about trash talking with Jordan and said to remind you to bring that back up. It was a preseason game. Chuck Person said you need to go out there and give Jordan grief right away, establish yourself. Is that what happened?
Well, remember now, let's set this up. Preseason, as we said, for veterans, it's more, for veteran players, it's more for getting in shape and trying to get your routes and your timing done. You really don't play a lot of minutes. It was my rookie year, so most rookies play anywhere from 30 minutes to almost 40 minutes most of the game because they don't know any better. So we're playing in some exhibition game somewhere in Idaho or North Dakota where you play most of these obscure preseason games and we're playing Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls. Now, of course, he's still Michael Jordan because Michael's 3 years older than I am, but he wasn't Michael Jordan with the music behind him like he is now. And you like that. And I'm having a good first quarter because obviously we're guarding one another, and he's going through the motions because veterans really aren't going hard. And Chuck Person is egging me on saying, tell him to take that. Yeah, tell him he can't check you. Tell him he's all that. And I'm looking at Chuck like, I really don't want to talk noise to Michael Jordan, but hey, maybe I'm trying to establish myself a little bit. So I go ahead and he eggs me on and I say a few things to him. Next thing I know, Michael looks over to Doug Collins, who was the head coach at the time, now my compadre at TNT, and says, leave me in. That's all he said. Leave me in. Well, next thing I know, we were up by 16 points going into the third quarter. I had like 12. Michael had 2. By the end of the game, I had 12 and he had 35. And I remember walking off the court and he looked at me and this is all he said. Don't ever talk to me. That's all he says. Like, don't ever talk to me again. And even though for the next 17 years, he and I were cordial and cool, minus the fight, he's right. I never did talk noise to him again.
You never, ever said anything.
Wanted to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Was he mean to you?
No, he wasn't. He actually killed me slowly. And yeah, he would comment to the coach, he's actually doing a great job out here. And meanwhile, he's pouring in 45.
Wait, he's talking to your coaches?
Yeah, I remember Chris Ford, he's yelling at me. Chris Ford's yelling the whole time. He's like, rookie, get in front of him, get in front of him. And I'm fronting him on the post, and MJ just kind of slowly kind of glides across the floor, and he gets the ball and shakes and scores. And I did everything the game plan said, and then there's a break in action. We're sitting there, and, Chris Ford is just down there just hammering me, and MJ was like, he's doing a great job, coach. He's actually doing a great job. Meanwhile, he's got 45 on the books. So I was like, yeah.
His attitude, his mentality, he was a killer. He wanted to take your heart out. I will never forget this. I never had a player to do this. So I remember us going to Chicago. Now we're in suit and tie. We're sitting in the locker room. We just walked in the locker room. Now remember, Michael Jordan walks into our locker room suit and tie. I'm like, what the hell is he doing in our locker room? Is he coming to, to the training room? Well, what's going on? So he walks by me, he walks by Kevin, we get to Randy with me, he said, lace him up, it's gonna be a long night. I'm like, did he just come in our locker room? I didn't know what to say, I was shocked. He had 60 that night. He had 60 points that night. We ended up winning the game, but the scoring performance he put on that night was incredible.
He's like, you were talking so much noise to Jordan. I was like, no, I was not doing that.
And then you go off for 39.
We only had 8 guys. We made a big trade, 8 guys available. And I think Michael and Scottie and Dennis and those guys came down to South Beach the night before. And we're like, it's a night off. But as Jimmy Lynam always used to say to us, you let a guy get going in this league and you got a problem. And I got it going one night and we got lucky.
But Jordan doesn't say anything. Like, is there just, it's your night, I'm going to let you have your night?
Now they were.
Did you beat him?
We beat them. And they were not happy. We played them a few weeks later at home. And again, Michael and I are buddies. We same agent. Ball goes up and we're around the jump circle and bang, right to my chest. Right to my chest. And I went, all right, great. Let's do it. I mean, that's the mindset you have to have. But right then and there, I knew I was not having 39 again. I think I went 4 for 14 for 14 points or something. Yeah.
I'm going to start with this question. What possessed a young man going into the 11th grade to talk smack to Michael Jordan at Michael Jordan's camp?
I happen to be the only high school player there, and it was mainly a freshman in college. And so, he came on the court and he guarded me, so instantly I was like, man, he must think I'm the, not the strong link over here. And so I got it going a little bit, and obviously it's any ball player's dream to play against Mike. And I couldn't tell you how many times I did his move after the finals the next day in the rec center and stuff. So I got a few buckets, and I think the campers knew I was the only high school kid, and so they got rowdy a little bit, and we got a little bit of John. And so we played 2 games. I think we split 1-1. It was a team game, and then he said, "Okay, now let me handle my business." And he looked me in my face and said that. I'm like, "What you mean?" So he said, "I need all the campers, everybody to leave. Let's clear the gym." I said, oh man, so we continued playing pickup, and Mike was Mike.
So that's it for this video, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. Like I said at the beginning, we're releasing daily videos for all of 2021, so you don't want to miss out. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.